Now, welcome to another news from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
All right, today we're going to talk about, will Grogu have a possibly disastrous change? Will he speak?
Kids, when they start talking, they're the worst.
As soon as they start talking, they're just not as cute anymore.
No, they're really not, are they? I mean, we've had kind of this discussion before, never really too deep, but I've said I think once he starts talking, it changes everything. It does. He's not the cute, adorable just thing anymore that does cute stuff.
Which is kind of funny because we know he's communicated with Ahsoka. Pretty sure
and
he's
Luke.
communicated with Luke too. Clearly.
He understands Din.
Yes.
And other characters.
So in a way he is talking. He's just not
Communicating.
verbalizing so that we can hear them as the audience. And as long as we, the audience, don't hear him speak, he retains baby-like cuteness.
Yes.
Dave Filoni was actually asked if he's going to start talking or not. He just kind of replied, he's like, I leave all that stuff to John, really. I'm protective of the character as far as being John's brainchild, literally. They have talked about it, they've had discussions about it, but they're not sure.
Yeah, I saw him being asked the question. I hopefully we can include that clip somewhere in the description below. And he kind of says, we talk about it, but we're worried.
It does change the character.
It does.
But he does seem to be switching out of baby talk as seasons go on.
It feels like they're setting it up. I honestly thought season 2 would end with them splitting ways, and that's where he would say his first words. I was half right. I'll take it. This season, I feel like by the end, he's going to say something.
I think so. I think 100% he is, because of the fact that, for one, they've been changing the subtitles. It used to, say baby noises or baby, gurgling noises and stuff like that for his talk in, the earlier seasons, and then it switched to babble. Grogu babbles.
That's what the subtitles say when I talk. Thor babbles.
Yeah, yours
or
say
rambles.
But babbles is closer to what you get out of when you've got a little kid and they're trying to start speaking and you can tell there are words and actual word formation sounds going on. They just haven't made them into proper
I love how we're breaking this down. This is what Star Wars fans do. They discuss the difference between babbling and rambling and mumbling and baby noises.
Gurgling, yeah.
That's when you get into the finer details of the franchise.
It's a craft.
It is.
But even earlier this season, they were like, this is the way, and he was like, meh.
It almost seemed like he tried to say it, yes.
So I think by the end of the season, he's gonna say it, or part of it, or he's gonna say something.
Are those his first words then?
I was hoping they'd be like, Din.
Din, Daddy. It's
Din.
Daddy Din or Daddy Din?
Daddy Din Djarin.
Daddy Din
Triple D.
I don't think that's Triple D, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Ha.
Anyway.
Wait, I didn't pronounce it correctly for you. Djarin.
Yes, that's how you pronounce it. That's why I got confused. I was
Djarin.
forgetting about the D that you always like to...
The D sound is there.
Yeah.
You just have to really know it's there.
Very subtle.
It's subtle.
But I think the first words are either "this is the way" or "daddy," which is... It's just going to be weird when he calls him daddy. I don't it shouldn't be, but he's like 50. He should be older than him, and it's just strange.
I want it to be more ironic. If Queel would have stuck around, I really wanted his first words to be "I have spoken," because it's like, oh, he did it.
Oh, maybe he still will. He could still do that.
It would be so hilarious. Or maybe they fire up IG-11 and he's back in nanny mode, and Grogu looks at him and goes, "Daddy."
Oh my god.
Nanny droid.
I think "this is the way" is the safest bet.
But
it's the best bet.
How do you voice him?
Who does it too?
We've heard him making so many weird... You know who voices him.
Who?
D. Bradley.
Oh, come on. You can't do everything.
He's voicing that...
He needs to be doing season 3 of Bad Batch. He's got no time for that.
He's voicing that guy in the new Young Jedi Adventures, the purple one, Nub. No, sorry, blue.
Well, he did...
Not colorblind or anything.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. He
was Appa and Momo.
Yeah, both of them, yeah.
He gets around.
I didn't know was a voice actor behind those two.
He was Eagly in Peacemaker.
Jeez, that's right.
Don't forget, he was Eagly. I think he might be the perfect choice because he can make all of those noises that might compile into something really good.
Could. If
More.
anybody can make weird noises work. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
It's a compliment.
Yeah, I know it is.
The problem is Grogu's noises are kind of all over the spectrum, so it's hard to pin down what his voice would be, what it would sound like. And you have to be able to look at him and go, that voice fits him. And it has to still be somehow cute.
He does. He can't lose the cuteness. You know they're going to be mad. Papa Disney's going to be mad if he loses the cuteness.
As soon as he speaks, and everyone goes, "What?"
Well, it was like when the name Grogu, I think there was this pause when his name is Grogu or whatever Ahsoka said. And I was like, what is his name?
And then later he's like, "Come on, kid." She goes, "Grogu."
We're all Grogu.
Like, we're all like, this is one of those names. It has to grow on you, and it did.
It has to Grogu on you?
Ha ha! You're so funny. Ha ha.
I liked when Mando, I should say, was using it against him. Or not against him, but he's like, Grogu. And every time we turn to look, Grogu. Yes? Yes. So he does understand. More proof that he's been understanding the whole dang time.
He's saying, "Hey, take the ball," and he takes the ball.
Yeah.
Show him what you got, kid. And he's like, "Oh, I guess I'll do it." The kid knows.
Yeah.
Hey, this is where the kid helped fly his ship.
Oh yeah, he's like this. Yeah,
he knows.
He just can't.
I mean, clearly, even Bo-Katan had a very adultish conversation with him down in the caves and the mines, and she's like, "You need to lead me to him," and he's like, "You're right," and he stepped up and flew on ahead.
He did.
He did. He understands. He just is having a hard time making himself known when these people aren't force sensitive the way he is.
Yeah.
Grogu just learned telepathy.
Maybe Yoda might have had trouble talking. Could be why he speaks backwards. But apparently Yaddle, no such issues.
No, she's advanced.
That was sad. Don't get me wrong, Tales of the Jedi was good, and I was looking forward to it for many reasons. But one of the main things I wanted to see is Yaddle going to talk forwards or backwards?
Well, this also clears up the issue then how will Grogu speak? Most likely forwards.
Most likely, yeah.
Because he's around
Unless Yaddle is the weird one. What if Yaddle's the one with the speech impediment or whatever in
you're assuming that Yoda somehow grew up around his own people who spoke backwards or something? Like, where did he pick it up?
I don't know. We don't...
Exactly.
We have no answers, and we probably never will.
Well, we don't really want those answers.
If they come from George, I've said before, I'll take George Lucas's...
But they're not going to come from George.
No. Well, I'm just saying, I don't want anything but George. On this one, it's either from George or don't mess with it. That's just my stance. You can certainly feel differently, but I'd rather just... If George had an answer or comes up with one, then run with it. If not, just leave it a mystery. That's fine.
What's funny is nobody ever really cared until we saw Yaddle, and we're like, hey, another one.
Well, I think
we're like, well, where are they from?
I think it's maybe not even so much Yaddle. I think Grogu more than Yaddle. I do agree when we saw Yaddle way back in episode 1, people were like, "Whoa, that's interesting."
There's the second one.
Yeah, but I think when Grogu popped up is when people were really like, "Wait a minute." So just exactly what is the species all about?
Right, and with all 3 examples of the species that we've seen being hugely powerful within the Force, it does say something about their species.
Yeah.
Possibly why they don't exist anymore.
Possibly.
Maybe we'll find out that during the High Republic era, they were hunted into extinction almost because the Path of the Open Hand hates Force sensitives, and they took a leveler to their planet and wiped them out.
Maybe.
If
don't give them any ideas.
Read any of the High Republic, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and if you haven't, you'll be like, "What?" But
Trust me, don't run to a leveler.
Seems like you might have to know a little High Republic, or you might learn a little High Republic come Jedi Survivor.
Or you just have an enhanced story session if you know High Republic, maybe.
Well, I don't think you're going to have to know it. I think you're just going to be...
It'll be more beneficial if you do know it, because you'll see more of the story, more of the deeper threads, but I don't think it'll be like, oh, I don't know this, so it doesn't matter. They're going to make sure you're still self-contained.
Yeah. And if you're wondering what we're talking about, there has been a few more details released for Fallen Survivor, as some of us call it. Or just Survivor, as most of us call it. And that some High Republic connections, which we kind of guessed at. We thought the guy from the Tube, he was wearing gold.
The one-armed man.
Yeah, not to be confused with the Fugitive.
Who said that he was betrayed by the Jedi or whatever.
Still not to be confused with the Fugitive, yeah.
He wears a lot of gold, which the High Republic, they loved gold.
They loved gold.
They gilded their lightsabers, they gilded their outfits. They had here's my Jedi temple clothes, which were really blinged out. These are my travel clothes, which were still really blinged out, just a little more
a little less gold. Yeah, they had the ceremonial robes, and I like the prequel Jedi brown and tan, and we don't have my ceremonial robes are my regular robes.
Yeah, they were kind of more casual about it. They had casual. See what happened in the High Republic is they instituted Casual Friday.
And it just
people
became
are like,
Casual Week and then Casual Year.
They kept making excuses. Well, today is the anniversary of this holiday on this one planet, so Casual Day.
It's a holiday somewhere in the galaxy.
Yep. No, it's Casual Day every day.
But anyway.
I'm sorry.
So I don't know how we got into that, but apparently yes, High Republic in Jedi Survivor, which again we kind of thought was the case with the.
It does make sense in the first game. Even they were dealing with things from the past.
Yeah,
we just don't know exactly how far back.
I got a feeling the Zephyr were old school kind of way back in the day. Old
I
Republic.
don't know. Because the guy who was researching it comes from the prequels era.
Yeah, but he was researching ancient history. He was trying to piece together the mystery.
Why wasn't there already stuff about the Zepho in the archives? I mean, they must have some information left over from the High Republic era.
Because they're so old.
But then why didn't anyone from the High Republic research them?
Because they hadn't found out. Because they were so old, they didn't even start to find these temples. And I don't know.
I don't know.
We might get that answer.
But that's an answer I would love to hear.
Maybe the levelers removed it from their memory. Any Jedi who saw the temples was killed by a leveler.
Oh my goodness.
Wish they didn't call them levelers. I'm not a fan of that name.
Well, there's the Nameless and then the Levelers.
The Nameless is better, but it's still...
Well, they're two different things.
Yeah, I'm saying the Nameless is better. Anything's better than the Drenger. Oh my goodness.
I don't know, the Levelers are scary though.
The Drenger who showed up for like 3 comic books and then were like dealt with. And 1 book they were in there too. They were. I thought they were going to be like this big thing in Phase 1 and they really weren't.
Oh, those are like the plant things, right?
Yeah, you haven't read Phase 1.
No, I've
spoiler
only been
alert.
reading Phase 2.
If you were hoping for big
Phase
things out of the
2,
plant
which is
people,
before
plant
Phase 1.
people, the plant guys, you're not going to get it.
Invasion of the Swamp Things?
Kind of, but not really.
Sweet. We've been rambling for a while.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
one of
sorry,
those.
everybody.
It's one of those.
It's a Tuesday.
What does that mean? Tuesday should be busy news days because
It
Monday
should be,
is the
but
beginning
we're all
of the
like
news
amping
cycle.
up because tomorrow is Mando.
Well, I think
Mando.
we're holding our breath for that, and also this weekend is celebration. There should be a ton of news. So
Ton of news.
should be, and if there isn't,
We're gonna hear about like 18 movies that aren't gonna get made eventually.
Yep, and one of them, if they get one, they'll be like, "See, we got one."
We're gonna hear about Ahsoka and other cool things.
Trailer for Ahsoka, hopefully, to the masses, not just the people there.
But I want my news. And I want my volume 2 of Visions.
May the 4th, hopefully. I don't know if they've confirmed that for a while.
Originally I wasn't excited, but like I said, after I did my research into the companies doing it, there are some good companies. Because I really just wanted more anime.
You wanted more Jap. See,
I did. I wanted more anime. I wanted some maybe continuational stories. But instead, I have researched all those companies. I did all my time. There's a video I made.
It took
me a long time to compile everything.
I know. I was there watching you do it. And I think I was relaxing in the chair while you did it.
I made a video about it. It's somewhere in there if you want to go hunt it down.
Don't even put a link.
Maybe I will.
It's on you. Yeah,
I'll try.
I'm sure tons of people are going to go dig up that link.
Maybe I'll see if I can put it on at the end or something.
Yeah.
Or now, who knows. But a lot of really cool companies. Companies I didn't know that did really cool stuff. Companies who did like Avatar and Dota and other things I know. Troll Hunters, Wallace and Gromit. There's companies that we know.
It should be good.
Studios, I should call them, not companies.
Yeah.
Sorry if they're listening.
I'm sure we're going to get some hate mail from them, yes.
How dare you!
We're a studio, not a company.
Studios are companies!
What are we even doing?
I don't know, you haven't wrapped me up, so I just keep going.
I know, well, you're actually the one rambling this time.
Because you haven't wrapped it up.
I was going to throw in there about the Pike Trooper we forgot to mention.
Yeah. They made a Pike Trooper Black Series
Pike Trooper. And the Tusken 4-pack, which looks cool for vintage collection, yeah.
There'd be pictures. I don't know.
It might be.
I don't know if I'll find them.
I still love, and perhaps by the time you're listening to this, there might be more announcements for, what are they calling it, Mando Tuesday? I don't remember.
Mando Mania.
Yeah, but it's actually just Book of Boba Fett announcements that come out next year.
Yeah, that's great.
Is it?
It's so great.
Is it?
I wonder what Book of Boba Fett announcement toy we'll get next.
Boba Fett, another one.
Why
we only got like 4.
You know what? They could make Pelimoto.
Well, there is
Why not?
How about we actually do collector's corner here? And there's a rumor about the ghost. I don't know if we covered. Did we talk about that yesterday?
Yeah, talked about it yesterday.
As soon as I said it, I'm like, we mentioned that yesterday.
Talked about it yesterday. The ghost possibly being the HasLab announced during the Hasbro panel at Celebration. I mean, it would ship like probably next year, which is the 10-year anniversary of Rebels.
That's not possible.
It is possible. But it would be the ghost that was designed for the new Ahsoka show. Supposedly, rumory stuff. We'll see. We don't know.
How is it 10 years since Rebels?
Well, because years move forward and...
Yep, that's it. That's all we got for you this time. You ended it.
Yay.
So, take to the comments below and tell us what you think Grogu's first words are going to be. If you made it this far, that means you're a trooper. You listen to us ramble. So please, tell us what you think Grogu's first words are going to be. And in general, let's just talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.